All right, let's dive right into today's explainer. We're looking at a pretty profound narrative today, one that asks a really tough question. What actually happens when we feel completely and utterly overlooked by the world? It's a story all about faith, resilience, and those quiet, totally unassuming moments that can literally shift our entire perspective on life.
So, let me just ask you, have you ever felt completely forgotten? You know the feeling, right? It's that universal sense of isolation that honestly, most of us experience at some point. It's that sinking feeling that you're just invisible, struggling all on your own while the rest of the world just keeps turning without you. Well, we're gonna explore that deep sense of isolation through the story of a young boy named Alex, who woke up to that exact reality every single day.
And this brings us right to Alex. He was a poor orphan boy living entirely alone in a rundown, broken wooden house out in the countryside. He had no parents, no family, and honestly, almost no food. The village around him either completely ignored him or, worse, just treated him terribly. To even survive, he had to take on these grueling little jobs every day. Sometimes he'd earn a tiny bit of food for his sweat, and sometimes he earned absolutely nothing at all.
But here's what is absolutely incredible about Alex: his sheer resilience. Even with a daily life that was unbelievably hard and unforgiving, he held on to this one thing deep inside his heart. He talked to God, and he did it using the simplest words. His daily prayer was literally just this: God, I don't ask for big things, just don't forget me. It's such a simple, heartbreaking plea, but it shows how fiercely he held onto his faith even when he had almost nothing to his name.
To really get a sense of his struggle, let's just look at how one exceptionally tough day played out for him. Morning rolls around and he's doing heavy labor under the blazing sun for a strict man named Mr. Carter. We're talking carrying wood, water, super heavy sacks. By evening, his big reward was his tiny treasure, which was just a very small bag of food. But then, at dusk, on his long walk home, he's ambushed by a group of older boys. They laughed at him, pushed him around, and completely ruined his hard-earned food by tossing it right into the dirt. Now, think about how you might react in that moment. The crucial takeaway here is how Alex responds to this profound cruelty. You've got the bully's senseless actions, which obviously leave Alex feeling small and hurt, but instead of lashing out, look at his response. With his hands literally shaking, he picks up whatever ruined food he can salvage, looks up at the sky, and just whispers a prayer. He actually acknowledges that others out there suffer way more than he does, and he asks for the strength not to become bitter like the kids who just hurt him. His heart is heavy, for sure, but he actively chooses kindness. So he keeps walking, taking his path home next to a quiet river, when he runs into an old man sitting on a rock. And this man looks utterly exhausted. He greets Alex softly and actually asks the boy if he has something to share, admitting he hasn't eaten all day. Alex looks down at his small bag, that little bit of food he had literally just scraped out of the dirt. Now, if you've ever been truly hungry, and let's be real, we all know what it's like to get just a little hangry when we skip a meal, you know it would have been so easy and totally understandable for him to just say no. But then, he remembers his mother's words. When you give from the heart, you never end up empty. And that vivid memory inspires him to look right past his own intense hunger and make a totally selfless choice. Let's break down exactly what goes through his head in that split second. First, he's understandably nervous, right? His food is scarce, and he is starving. But that desire to help just wins out. Second, he takes the absolute best piece of bread he has left and carefully cleans it off. Third, he hands it over to the man. The old man smiles, eats slowly, and thanks him. And handing over that bread brings Alex this rare, profound feeling of warmth. Actually, for the very first time that entire grueling day, he felt proud of himself. Okay, so after helping the old man to his feet, they're walking slowly together under the trees, when suddenly the old man just stops. His face actually begins to shine with this warm golden light. He looks at Alex with eyes completely full of that light and asks a massive question. Alex, do you know who you walked with today? Alex, totally confused, just says he's walking with a tired old man. But then the old man gently reveals his true identity. He tells him, I have walked with you long before today. I was with you the night you cried alone. I heard your prayers when no one else did. I saw every tear. Wow. It is a beautiful, direct answer to that daily prayer of, just don't forget me. He was basically telling Alex, I'm the one who never left your side. I am your God. It's a huge contrast, isn't it? The difference between Alex's internal feelings and the actual breathtaking reality. For so long, he felt tiny, hurt, and just totally invisible to the world. But the hidden truth, the reality that was there all along, was that he was being watched over, accompanied through every single hardship, and absolutely never abandoned.
As you can imagine, Alex is just completely overwhelmed by this. He falls to his knees, literally in tears, whispering, "I thought you forgot me." And God touches his head so kindly, reassuring him that he was never, ever abandoned. God noticed that Alex chose to stay kind even when he was in deep pain. By helping what he thought was just a stranger, he was actually showing love directly to the divine. And then comes this incredible moment of provision. God touches that meager, dirty little food bag, and suddenly, it's heavy. Miraculously, it is filled to the brim with fresh bread, rice, potatoes, and fruit. God tells him, "What you gave in love, I will return multiplied." So what happens next? Well, Alex walks home that night with a full bag, but way more importantly, a truly peaceful heart. From that day forward, the people in his village saw this new light in him. The aftermath was completely life-changing. Good people started coming into his life to help him out. He learned a trade, found honest work, and started studying. Now, his life didn't magically become perfect overnight, that's not how it works, but he never once felt alone again. Every time he walked by that river, he remembered. Okay, let's take a step back for a second, because this explainer isn't just about a boy from the countryside. Alex's story is absolutely for you too. It's for anyone watching who might be feeling forgotten right now. If life is hitting you incredibly hard, or if you feel like you are just constantly pouring out into the world and giving way more than you ever get back, this message is meant directly for your circumstances. Let's boil this down, because the core takeaways here are huge. First off, God sees your kindness, even when absolutely no one else seems to care. God sees your quiet tears in your loneliest moments. The universe multiplies what you put out into it with genuine love. And maybe the most important thing to remember, no matter how isolated you feel in the day-to-day grind, you are never walking alone. Your heart, your true intentions, they genuinely matter. You know, this brings up a really fascinating point. Divine presence, or that profound sense of purpose and connection, it doesn't always look like fireworks or loud, earth-shattering miracles. Actually, more often than not, it's disguised as a tired stranger, or it's tucked away in a quiet moment of reflection, or it rests in a small, seemingly insignificant choice to do the right thing when nobody is watching. Which brings us to our final thought as we wrap up this explainer. If our smallest choices carry this much weight, and if our quietest acts of love are always seen, I want to leave you with this to chew on. Where are you going to choose to show kindness today, even when you feel completely unseen? I really hope you choose to act with love, knowing for sure that your quiet kindness echoes loudly, and one day, doors are going to open where you once saw only walls.